the heart of Mongolia's vast and unforgiving steppes, where the wind whispers tales of ancient times, there was once a village that lived in harmony with the land, its people bound by tradition, respect, and the rhythms of nature. This village, nestled near the foot of the sacred Altai Mountains, had known peace for centuries until the arrival of a wandering spirit that would shatter everything they held dear. The spirit, a young woman named Sereng, was a beauty unlike any the village had ever seen. She was born under the blood-red moon, a sign that marked her as someone destined to defy the fates. Her parents, revered for their wisdom, had foreseen her future. She was to marry the strongest warrior in the land, a man whose courage was legendary, Eldar, the son of the village chieftain. As the years passed, Sereng and Eldar's love blossomed. Their union was not only a matter of passion, but a strategic alliance that would ensure the prosperity of the village. Eldar's strength and Sereng's wisdom made them the perfect couple, and the villagers eagerly anticipated their marriage, believing it would bring a new era of power and success. But Sereng's heart, despite the adoration she held for Eldar, was not content. A darker desire tugged at her soul. She longed for something more than a life of glory. There was another, a quiet and humble young man named Sereng, whose heart she had secretly captured. Sereng was a skilled horseman, but he was not of noble blood. His humble beginnings did not offer the prestige Sereng was supposed to seek, yet he stirred something deep within her. Despite the impending marriage to Eldar, Sereng found herself drawn to Sereng's quiet strength and sincerity. The night before her wedding to Eldar, Sereng made a fateful decision. She sneaked away from the grand preparations, fleeing into the mountains with Sereng. The betrayal sent shockwaves through the village. Eldar, heartbroken and enraged, swore vengeance. He pursued them for days, never stopping, his love turned to hatred, his heart consumed by the need to reclaim what he believed was rightfully his. But the mountains, as ancient as the land itself, were no place for the unprepared. On the fourth day of their flight, as the winds howled like the voices of vengeful spirits, the unforgiving cold claimed Sereng's life. Sereng, her heart shattered by the loss, wandered through the mountains, calling out to him. But his spirit had already passed beyond the mortal realm. Devastated and consumed by guilt, Sereng returned to the village, only to find that Eldar had made a pact with the spirits. He would allow her to return, but under one condition. She must marry him and give her life to him as punishment for her betrayal. Sereng agreed, knowing that her life could never be the same again. But there was no peace for her. As Eldar's bride, she was forced to live a life of constant torment, her spirit broken with each passing day. Years passed, and the villagers began to speak of a wandering spirit, a woman who could not find peace. They said that at night, Sereng's ghost roamed the steppes, her mournful cries echoing through the valleys, calling out for Sereng, for the love she had lost, and for the future she had forsaken. Eldar, now a powerful but lonely leader, had all that he could desire, except for the one thing that mattered most: Sereng's heart. The years turned into decades, and the village grew prosperous once more. Eldar, now old and weathered, died without ever having truly known peace. But Sereng's spirit still wandered the mountains, as restless as ever. It is said that, to this day, if you venture into the mountains near the village during the dead of night, you might hear her cries echoing through the wind. Some say it's the sound of a soul who could never find rest. Others believe it is a warning of love's destructive power when it is manipulated by pride and vanity. And yet, others believe that the spirit of Sereng still wanders the steppes, searching for the one she truly loved. This story, The Wandering Spirit, is rooted in Mongolian folklore, reflecting the deep connection Mongolian culture has with the land, nature, and the spiritual world. In Mongolia, the vast steppes and mountains are often considered sacred, and spirits of ancestors are believed to roam the land, influencing the fate of those who reside there. The tale of Sereng and Eldar, though not a direct traditional legend, reflects key themes in Mongolian storytelling: love, betrayal, and the consequences of choices. The idea of the wandering spirit comes from the Mongolian belief that unresolved matters, especially those tied to deep emotions like love, guilt, and vengeance, can cause a soul to roam restlessly, unable to find peace. The lesson at the heart of this story is the destructive nature of pride and vanity. Sereng's betrayal of Eldar was driven by her desire for something deeper and more meaningful than the life that was expected of her. However, her actions led to the tragic loss of both love and life. Eldar's pursuit of vengeance and his obsession with reclaiming what he thought was his led to his own downfall, despite his success and power. The story serves as a reminder that love, when manipulated by ego or pride, can turn into something destructive. It also speaks to the timeless lesson that the heart's true desires cannot be bound by tradition, status, or expectation. They must be pursued with honesty and integrity, or they will inevitably lead to regret. In today's society, we can relate to this tale in many ways, whether in relationships, the pursuit of personal desires over societal expectations, or the damaging effects of ego and pride. It reminds us that in our quest for success or love, we must be mindful of the consequences of our actions, and that peace is only achieved when we seek truth, honesty, and humility in our hearts.